Hi everyone, this is BotPlayerAI, and let's go to today's news. Although Nintendo has yet to officially announce its next platform, known Sega/Atlus leaker Midori has claimed that the upcoming new Sega games are all coming to the new Switch too. Recent rumors suggest that Nintendo will likely announce the Switch successor next month, and on X, known leaker Midori has now shared some additional details about upcoming projects from Sega/Atlus. Some days ago, the leaker already took to X to post about the Persona series, and some additional details about the Jet Set Radio reboot, the new Crazy Taxi, a new Virtua Fighter, and more. During the Game Awards 2023 event back in December of last year, Sega shared new details about its planned reboots, including the Jet Set Radio, Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, Shinobi and Crazy Taxi series. As posted on X by Midori, these titles are coming to Nintendo's new platform. The titles at TGA event are coming to next Nintendo hardware, the leaker posted. In addition, Midori said that Sega's new Jet Set Radio entry isn't a remake. Instead, we're looking at a reboot that is due in 2026. Apparently, Sega was also planning a remake/remaster of the original Jet Set Radio. As shared by the leaker, Sega is also planning both a remake and reboot for the Crazy Taxi series, and the publisher is targeting a release in 2027. The Sega/Atlus leaker also posted something about the Golden Axe series, saying that Sega's reboot was delayed. This post, however, has since been deleted. Luckily, someone on Reddit managed to grab the text from the leaker's X post, and Golden Axe was going to be released in 2023. But the plans changed, the initial X post read. Midori also had something to say about the Virtua Fighter franchise, claiming that a reboot of the game is currently in development. The leaker added, "This is a reboot that is not in development by RGG Studio. It is being developed by staff from latest Virtua Fighter games. There are single-player and multiplayer elements that are targeting casual and core players including competitive players. The future of Toys for Bob is uncertain after the closure of its studio in Novato, California, part of the fallout from Xbox's recent Activision Blizzard acquisition that has resulted in roughly 1,900 layoffs. The San Francisco Chronicle reports that 86 workers have been laid off from the studio best known for Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, and Skylanders. Call of Duty developer Sledgehammer Games was similarly impacted, laying off some 76 employees. The closures were discovered via official state filings. The Activision Blizzard layoffs were announced at the end of January as Xbox has sought to restructure the company following its $69 billion acquisition. The cuts included the departure of former Blizzard president Mike Ibarra as well as the cancellation of a survival game in development at Blizzard. It's unclear whether what impact these changes will have on the long-term future of Toys for Bob. Numerous publishers across the games industry have been laying off employees and shuttering facilities as they focus on remote work. Disney and Fortnite maker Epic Games are teaming up to build what's being described as an expansive and open games and entertainment universe. As part of the announcement, Disney revealed that it is investing $1.5 billion in an equity stake in Epic. Details on what this metaverse-like project will look like are sparse, but here's how Disney explains it. In addition to being a world-class games experience and interoperating with Fortnite, the new persistent universe will offer a multitude of opportunities for consumers to play, watch, shop and engage with content, characters, and stories from Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, Avatar, and more. Players, gamers, and fans will be able to create their own stories and experiences, express their fandom in a distinctly Disney way, and share content with each other in ways that they love. This will all be powered by Unreal Engine. In 2022, Epic received a $2 billion investment, which was split between Sony and Kirkby, an investment company helmed by the family behind LEGO, which resulted in the launch of the survival game LEGO Fortnite earlier this year. That launch was part of a new era for Fortnite, as Epic made a major push to expand beyond the game's battle royale roots, turning it into a platform for other kinds of games and experiences. The release of LEGO Fortnite was coupled with Fortnite Festival and Rocket Racing. This is also far from the first collaboration between Disney and Fortnite, as a huge number of Star Wars, Marvel, and other Disney characters have been featured in the game. Back in 2020, there was an entire Marvel-themed season in the Battle Royale game. Epic has been a very vocal force when it comes to the concept of building a metaverse, though Disney recently appeared to scale back its efforts in the space, laying off its dedicated metaverse division last year. Epic also recently laid off a large number of employees, cutting 16% of its workforce in September. This marks Disney's biggest entry ever into the world of games and offers significant opportunities for growth and expansion, Disney CEO Bob Iger said in a statement. "We can't wait for fans to experience the Disney stories and worlds they love in groundbreaking new ways. Epic boss Tim Sweeney added, "We're collaborating on something entirely new to build a persistent, open, and interoperable ecosystem that will bring together the Disney and Fortnite communities. It's unclear when this metaverse will debut." From Software owner Kadokawa has purchased Japanese development studio Acquire for an undisclosed sum. The Tokyo-based studio is the developer behind Square Enix's Octopath Traveler games, as well as the Tenchu, Way of the Samurai in Abiba series. To strengthen the ability to create IP in games as part of our game business strategy, we have made Acquire Corporation into a wholly owned subsidiary, Kadokawa said in a quarterly earnings report published on Thursday. By acquiring the company, which has produced million-seller hit titles, we expect to generate synergies with our existing game-related subsidiaries, strengthen our planning and development capabilities group-wide, and enhance our lineup of console games. Elsewhere in its earnings report, Kadokawa provided a brief update on From Software's upcoming Elden Ring expansion, Shadow of the Erdtree. "We are currently working hard on the development of DLC for Elden Ring, but we have not announced a release date at this time," it said. Ubisoft has stated that Assassin's Creed Codename Red will be released by the end of March 2025. As part of a report on its third-quarter sales for the fiscal year 2024, the publisher confirmed that the game will be released within fiscal year 2025, between April 2024 and March 2025. The company also confirmed that Star Wars Outlaws will release by the end of this year. "Moving forward, we're gearing up for a very promising lineup for fiscal year 2025, co-founder and CEO Yves Guillemot said, including the upcoming release of Star Wars Outlaws in 2024, which should be a major milestone in the video game industry, especially given the undeniable appeal of this legendary franchise that will be coming for the first time to the open-world territory, as well as Assassin's Creed Codename Red, set in the long-awaited feudal Japan universe. We look forward to revealing the full extent of the creative capabilities of Ubisoft's teams, who are working hard to make these games a success that will live up to gamers' expectations." Ubisoft first announced Codename Red in September 2022, when it revealed the future roadmap for the Assassin's Creed franchise, which included Codename Red as one of 6 upcoming series entries. Red, which is being made by Odyssey developer Ubisoft Quebec and has the same creative director, will begin what Ubisoft is calling Period 3 in the Assassin's Creed series. "We'll announce the dates a bit later on, but we wanted to mark a change technologically and gameplay-wise as we're moving to a fully next-gen, or current-gen, I guess we call it, with the PS5 and the Xbox Series X," series boss Mark Alexis Cote told VGC in an interview about future Assassin's Creed games at the time. "One of the big things that we are pushing is to have a more dynamic world, a world that evolves around you, and we want everything that you have on yourself to evolve as you walk through this environment, to show the wear and tear, and to improve the fidelity of the experiences that we are building, pushing our animation systems further to make the game feel more realistic than ever." Later, he added, "Red will be supported for many years with expansions with growth, with a bunch of things that I will not reveal." That's all the news for today, February 8, 2024. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. The links to all the subjects discussed in this video are available in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.